An alarming amount of Hoosier kids are taking their own lives. Data from an Indiana Youth Institute survey shows that nearly 1 in every 5 students in Indiana have seriously considered attempting suicide.
Tonight, WRTV's Griffin Gonzalez dives into why that number is so high and what our communities can do about it.
We are in an epidemic of loneliness.
According to the United Health Foundation, Indiana ranks in the top 20 in the nation for youth suicide rates, and data shows it isn't getting better.
Adverse childhood experiences increases risks for kids, for depression, anxiety, suicide, substance abuse.
In 2021, the Indiana Department of Health conducted a youth risk behavior survey. 28% of students surveyed seriously considered attempting suicide, while 22% actually made a plan about how they would go about doing it. 1 in every 10 students surveyed made an attempt to take their own life. All those figures higher than the national CDC average. And those numbers have only gotten worse. Since 2003, the amount of students in Indiana who have seriously considered suicide and students who actually planned a suicide attempt have risen by 10%.
I wish there was one thing I could point to and say this was the issue.
This is Megan Bannett. She works with the Indiana Center for Prevention of Youth Abuse and Suicide. She tells WRTV many of these kids just need help asking for help.
Many times those kids do have access to those trusted adults. They may just not know how to start that conversation around mental health.
While bullying is not always the reasoning behind youth suicide, experts say a new generation certainly takes it to a new level.
In-person bullying, kids can usually figure out a way to avoid the bully or the situations that they're bullied in. They can kind of find some relief. With cyberbullying, it's a lot more pervasive. It cuts across lots of different platforms.
It's a complex problem, but according to Bannett, there is a solution.
We need to, as adults, have those conversations from a very young age.
In Indianapolis, Griffin Gonzalez, WRTV.
Well, if you or someone you know is struggling or needing help, dial 988. That is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We also have a list of free resources here in the Indianapolis area in this story at WRTV.com.